Disco George. Today, I am bringing you a special guest. Actually, I have a special surprise for you because I'm bringing back one of my old guests, but he started a new venture, and I'm telling you, you are going to need this. Everybody needs it because you know what? We all pay taxes. So if you don't know what the new tax laws are or what you could deduct this year, stand by because we're going to have a great session today. Jose, welcome back, my friend.
Brother, thank you for having me back.
I'm telling you, how you been?
Excited, man. Happy to be here. You know, it's always great to see you. So it's always a good time with us.
Well, I appreciate, like always, you spending some time here, of course, and I still continue to love your social media posts.
Thank you so much.
You know, I told you this before, you always bring a smile to my face.
That's it.
I'm telling you.
I get those text messages in the morning, man. Thank you for making me laugh today, man.
Yeah, I almost feel like you're my brother for real.
Hey, 100%.
You know, we're like La Familia for real.
La familia, ¿estás viendo? La familia.
Yep, I'm telling you. So tell me, this new venture, La Familia, let's talk a little bit about it.
Sure. So in December of last year,
Okay.
2022, we opened up our tax office. It's called La Familia on Bird Road, Huachete.
Huachete?
Right there on 63rd and Bird. We decided, you know, my wife has been doing taxes for a while, and we decided to go ahead and open up our own office. And we made it happen. Beautiful office, which, you know, you haven't seen it, but I need you to go see it. It's gorgeous, just like her. And, you know, it makes sense, man. It makes sense. You know, taxes are it's going to happen every year. Right?
Exactly. You have to do it.
You can't get away from it.
And the best part that it's centrally located.
You know, I'm in love with that whole area of West Miami, Westchester, South Miami. This is where we grew up. This is what we like. And it's our community, and we want it to be centralized. And I think it's a great spot, you know.
Excellent. Well, let's bring her in. I want to introduce her together.
Let's go.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Juliet de la Osa.
Eso.
Epa, come on in.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, I'm so happy to have you. You know, he speaks about you all the time, and I'm so happy to finally meet you. You know,
you.
I haven't seen you too much at the West Miami shop.
Yes, it's the season for taxes, so I don't have much
You don't
time
have much
right
time
now.
for anything.
Yes. I've been working 7 days a week to take care of the customers. This is a lot of people.
So, what time are you working till now? What time do you open? What time do you close?
We open from Monday through Friday. We open at 9 o'clock and we close at 8, and Saturdays and Sunday until 7 o'clock.
Okay. So let's get into the thick of things. Let's go with regular people, you know. Let's start with like waiters, people that are single. What can they deduct? Especially waiters. I have various family members that are going to be watching this, and they want to know how they declare their tips. What can they deduct? Their uniforms. Let us know what they can do.
Okay, so people that work with the 1099, which is the form, is one specific form that the employer gives them, they can deduct anything that they spend to make that money. So parking, uniforms, shoes, gas, tolls, anything you can imagine. So it's important they come and, you know, the tax session is like a little interview. You ask them, what do you do? You know, what kind of job you do? And then you start taking from there. And then you start asking the questions to help them best with their needs.
Okay. And let me ask you, there's a million of them now. Let's talk about Uber drivers.
Oh, yes.
I know there's a lot of Uber drivers out there, and the ones that piss me off are the ones that stop in the middle of the road. But there's a million of them now. Do you get a lot of Uber drivers?
Yes. It's crazy because people with a regular job, they also do Uber. So 90% of the people do Uber. So they do get paid with the 1099. Now this year they are getting a break. Not everybody's getting the 1099 for the full amount of money that they made. So that means that they're getting a break on the amount of taxes they have to pay back. So I've seen a lot of people. Well, first, if they get less than $600, they won't even get a documents. So it means that they don't have to declare that job on the taxes because they have to pay taxes on that money they make. But they can even deduct the car wash expenses because I do have to,
keep the car
time
clean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the gas, the meals.
How about maintenance? Maintenance too, right?
Repairs, yes, all that. Yes.
Wow.
And sometimes Uber offered them the chance to lease a car through them. They can deduct that too.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So interesting. Let me ask you, how about students? A lot of people, they graduate out of high school, they get a part-time, they're still going to school. How would that work? Because they have a part-time, but they're doing school.
Correct. Most of the school, colleges, and universities, they issue a 1099-T. It's a form that when you pay tuition, that's what the T stands for, tuition.
Okay.
The school issue them that form. When they do the taxes, when they have a little side job or part-time or whatever, they get from $1,000 to $4,000 in credits.
Oh, wow. That's a big amount.
Oh, yes. And
it's called, I'm sorry to interrupt you, the 1099-T?
T, yes, for tuition.
Write that down, people, 1099-T.
But if they live with the parents,
okay,
the parents, even though they have a job or a part-time or full-time, if the income is not enough and they still dependents from the parents get that credit on their taxes. And they can still do taxes separate as dependents of the parents.
And how old does that go to? Because I know
23.
some people that are 29, 30, and they're still at home. I'm not talking about you.
No, I'm not worried about that. I can see it, right? I can see it, and you see it.
Actually, all joking aside, there's a lot of people that are actually staying home longer.
Let's talk about, the housing market in Miami. It's hard. It's hard for a lot of these people to actually leave, right?
Yes.
So it's not the same. So any opportunity that you have to save some money, whether it's on your taxes or get a little bit back, hey, you got to take advantage of it, right? Yeah. So if you're a student or you're a dependent, guess what? You got to come see her because she's going to find every single deduction and to get you the most.
That's why you get an actual expert, a tax expert to help you.
George, it's so important, man, that the expert, right? The expert part of it, because you don't just go to a car wash to pull a tooth, right? You go to an expert to pull a tooth. It's called a dentist, right? And this is how it works. And we are so used to doing things on our own. Everybody thinks that they can just download an app and go online and figure it out on their own. And they don't realize how much money they leave on the table.
Exactly. They're losing money.
They're losing money. But not only that, one of the great things that she does, and she loves to continue her education and learn, right? And every year, things change. Every year, there's new laws. Every year, there's new breaks. Every year, there's new deductions. And if you don't stay up to date with that, if you don't stay with the right knowledge, guess what? You're missing out. So it's super important that you find somebody who's constantly learning, constantly refreshing, so they can get you the best, refund or the least, payback possible.
Exactly. Nobody wants to pay taxes.
100%.
Exactly. Let's leave students and kids. Now we're going to go to the parents. I actually just found out recently that the kids' credit was changed. So what's the actual credit now for children?
$2,000. Last year was $3,000 all the way to 18, and $3,600 from 0 to 6 years old. So this year that changed to $2,000 everybody to 17 years old only. But it depends on the parents' amount of money, that the income, the credits they get. So there's a lot of credits still that we can put there for the customers to help them out. Okay,
now I'm going to ask you something that was very 2023. If you have parents that are divorced, how do they claim? Is it one child, one picks one? Or how does that actually work?
That is... Okay, so technically, when you're claiming a child, the child has to live with you at least 6 months for you to be able to claim them on the taxes. But sometimes the court give them, they have agreements through the court.
Agreements?
Yeah, where 1 year the father claim the child and the other
So that's
year,
usually written down on the divorce.
Yes, it's usually, it depends on a lot of things.
Let me ask you, if the father is paying for their schooling even though he has them on the weekends every other week, is he able to deduct that?
No.
Is he able to deduct anything?
One of the things, no. No.
Wow.
No.
Bobby.
Alabao.
One of the things that they ask you when you're claiming a child is how can you prove that? And then school records is usually the way to go. And how you prove the school records is, the address the child has, it should match the address on the parent that is claiming the child.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking because it happens a lot.
But
Yes,
I
you
think
do.
I think you're completely right to ask. The whole child support and the parental agreement and all that's something that happens during the divorce. Normally, when they go to mediation, they're gonna put this out there, and from personal experience, I could tell you that on my end, I claim one of my children for 2 years, and then the mother claims it for 2 years, and that's how we've done it for the last decade or so.
Right.
So that's how it's worked on my end.
Okay.
But
Well, it's good to, I'm asking because, some people don't know, like I didn't know, so it's always good to know. Now, I'm going to go to what they call la cosa caliente. If your in-laws are living with you, la suegra, el suegro, candela.
maybe she cooks good.
Y cocina,
Si es
y no,
tremenda cocinera,
no paga el cable, they don't pay the bill,
Pero te cuida al niño para que pueda salir.
Okay.
There's
So-
advantages and disadvantages to it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So how would that work? Because they're collecting income mostly times like from Social Security. So how would something like that? Because if you're giving them, your home and everything else, how does that
Y
work?
la paciencia.
Oh my God. They are dependent.
Okay,
They are.
they're able to declare them.
Technically, if you are, if they live with you and you're paying for living arrangements and food, and they are your dependents. It could be your parents, it could be your in-laws, it could be your uncle, the people that just cross the border. That we have a lot of those dependents
Okay.
because the Social Security they get in says not valid for work, so it cannot work on a company with a W-2. So they are dependents. So you only get $500 for them, but your status change. If
500.
you don't have kids,
Is that
you're
each? And that's
single-
each.
Exactly.
And they
So
have to have a social.
they have to have a social.
They have to have
or
a social.
18. If they don't, we can get an 18.
Okay.
But people with the 18 number is technically to declare a job. You don't get credits for those people. But if you have a social, you're a dependent if you don't work. And then your status change. If you are not married and you don't have children, you're single, and you put somebody under you as a dependent, now your status change as a head of a household. So you get a little more credit for being a head of a household and having a dependent as well.
If they're receiving SSA, right, the Social Security check, they're going to receive a form at the end of the year. So obviously they have a Social Security number.
Yes. But the Social Security income is not technically an income.
Okay.
So it doesn't count.
Because they already paid for that.
They already paid that while they worked. So the taxes are paid. They don't have to pay taxes on that money. It's just the money that they already paid,
Okay.
they're getting back.
Now I'm going to go from there to seniors. My seniors, pay attention. You're getting Social Security, but the cost of living's gone up. You get yourself a little part-time. What's the limit that they could earn until that they have to start paying taxes?
Well, after a certain age, they can just work and get any amount of money, and their benefits won't change.
Okay.
But if they retire early, and I'm not quite sure right now what's the age, but there's a certain amount of money that they can make. If they make more than that, their benefits go down. That
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
What about if they win a jackpot at Mikosuki or something?
They should pay the taxes on that because that's
Way
the
up
income
front,
as well.
right?
Oh yes.
So you want to, if you go to the casino and you win, you want to pay the taxes up front or wait?
No, you should pay the taxes then when you get the money. because then if you don't pay that, that's the only chance you have to pay the taxes. At the
Right.
end of the year, they're going to hit you with a W-2G. And if there's no taxes paid, you have to pay the taxes on that.
Oh, wow.
And what happens if they don't have the money to pay the taxes?
They give you, well, you have,
Because let's face the reality, a lot of people get money and all of a sudden they spend it, and now how do I do this?
at the end of the year, they have to pay the taxes. So if they have a return from the job or the regular income, it will deduct that tax amount that they owe back.
Okay.
And if they're on SSA?
They-
You kind of hit the
Let me explain. Like whatever you made at the casino, it counts as an income. The SSA does not count as an income. Let's say you are retired and your retirement is $10,000 a year. That's doesn't count. If you don't do taxes and you win some money on the casino, then you are obligated to do the taxes because you got a form. And then if you didn't pay the taxes there, you got to pay the taxes now.
How can we help them if they don't have that?
Well, technically, that's an addiction. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
I have people that have only one, but I have people that have 20 W-2Gs. It's an
Wow.
addiction. So those people, most of the time, they lost that money and more.
Yes.
So, you, like I said at the beginning, you interview them, you ask them, and most of the time, they lost all the money. So we can put the expenses they have at the casino and help them out with that.
So,
Yes.
My whole point being, I'm here digging, right? Why? Because guess what? That's why you need an expert that is going to find out about your losses and not only about your wins, so that we can help you with this, right? So that we can set up a payment plan if you do have to pay back.
Exactly.
So we can help you with your finances to figure this out, right? So I think a lot of people like to they get a little paper, they get a letter in the mail, and they might push it, and they might open it tomorrow, they might open it next month. And we kind of do this as human beings. We kind of procrastinate.
Yeah.
If you're procrastinating, if you waited, let's say you didn't pay taxes on that last year, come see us. We're going to help you out. We're here.
All right. I'm going to throw something in here that you actually brought into my mind. Let's say that somebody actually claims somebody. A lot of people are claiming people in Cuba now. You bring
sponsorship.
a sponsorship. So can you claim them?
Yes.
Yes.
All you need is to have the right income. It depends on the size of your family when you file the taxes the year before or the current year, and the amount of money that you made. And
That's to bring them here.
to bring
And it
them
means,
here.
can you claim them as a dependent and get money back?
Absolutely. If they're not working and they're not making an income and they're living with you, you can absolutely claim them.
Is there any other new deductions that you could tell us that like normal people like us don't, or like me, let me say, or semi-normal that are new this year?
Deductions, electric cars, if you owe money back to the IRS, Uber drivers, to put an easy example, you get a break for having an electric car. And another break that they give, because the gas was so expensive last year, they are giving an extra break from June to December. They're paying 62 cents per mile.
Oh, wow.
And 58 cents from January to June.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go from here. We're going to go to corporate.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not too versed with corporate because obviously I don't have a corporation. Maybe someday I will. Disco George LLC.
There you go.
But
You definitely should.
yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Hit
I'm
us
thinking
up.
about
We're
it.
gonna help you out with that.
I want you guys do that too?
Yes, we hope you open it and, guide you.
Ah, bueno. That's good.
So that's the whole thing, right? We opened up a multi-service office. This is not just taxes. I'm going to be open for 3 months and I'm going to shut down, right? We're open the whole year. So some of our services are that. We'll help you out with companies if you want to open up a company. There's going to be financial guidance as well.
Oh, wow.
And throughout the year, this is huge. Let's say that you did your taxes somewhere else last year. And you want somebody to take a look at it because you feel like you left money on the table. This happens a lot with homeowners, right? If you feel that you left money on the table, reach out to us. We could always do an amendment on your taxes up to how many years back?
2 years back.
2 years.
2 years back. So we can check your 2021.
2020,
Yeah, cool.
2021, and the current year.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you feel that maybe, guess what, I didn't claim my solar panels that I just installed on my house, because that's a break.
Right.
There's different tax deductions that maybe you didn't know about that we can help you with, and we can go over this stuff and help you with that, and obviously open up that company for you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Let me ask you, there's LLCs, there's different type of businesses, small business. There's actually lots of small businesses that have opened up, especially in Miami. Miami is, pata caliente. We're trendsetters here.
hustlers, man.
Yeah, we don't mess around.
Yes.
So tell us about from the beginning to
LLC
a big corporation.
Are, when it's a sole proprietorship, there's no corporate taxes. You do it on your personal taxes. You do corporate taxes when you have an LLC that is a partnership, because you divide the earnings and every partner is responsible to pay the taxes on that amount of money. And small corporations. And speaking of them, this is the last days they have to file corporate taxes.
March 15th.
March 15th is the last day.
March?
March 15th.
March 15th.
For corporates. If they don't do an extension, they will have a $900 fine.
$900?
$900.
Oh my. March 15. Pay attention, guys.
Now, C Corps, they have an extra month. They will have until April 15th.
April 15th. That's for just, regular taxes.
Well, there's
Big
different
corporations.
Right. So the bigger the
corporation.
the different time frame. But what do you recommend? LLC, S Corp, C Corp, what?
That all depends on, it's a personal opinion.
Right.
What works for me maybe doesn't work for you. It all depends on the line of business. I always give them what's good about it and what is not good about
Right.
it. And I let the customer decide, because it's not good to impose your opinion on something.
Right.
For me, C Corps work better. I have A employees, so it works better as C Corp. There's some deductions that you can do on one company and you cannot do on the other ones. And the consultation is free. I would like the people to come and ask me all the questions, and I will help them the best.
And you're also available to answer questions via text.
Absolutely, yes.
Right. What's the text number that people could call?
786-563-5042.
Excellent. And till 8 o'clock only, not after 8 o'clock.
That's what I answer.
I'm afraid of that.
Oh, man.
So tell us, the corporations. I actually found out recently that you could actually deduct startup costs. So if you're starting up and you're
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, that's another different thing. It's very exciting. So if you have a house, you own your own house, you can rent a space in your house to your corporate, and that's fully deducted from the taxes.
Oh wow!
Your car, if you buy a car,
Preferably electric.
is the way to buy cars. You can buy a car with company credits.
Okay.
You build up your credit and you get to the dealership with money, because the line of credit will be cash on your account, and then you buy your car. And if it's 6,300 pounds or more, you can deduct it 100% from your taxes as well.
Well, it's funny you say that, because there's a lot of, the big time influencers that they all have
G-Wagons.
G-Wagons.
They all have the
Yeah.
G-Wagons.
The G-Wagons
Guess what?
or
'Cause
the
it's
big
heavy.
Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Urus.
Yes.
I see that in your future.
It's about weight, man. It's about weight. We've been talking
time to
about
upgrade the Supra.
I like the Supra. I like to go fast.
But it's not 6,000 pounds.
It's not.
It's not the deductible.
Stick me inside of it. I could be one of your employees.
There you go.
Too funny.
But for example, on a corporation, if you designate a board and you take a trip, as long as you meet up once a day, you can deduct the whole trip of the taxes.
What if you do like an annual meeting in Punta Cana?
Yes, it could be anywhere. It could be the destination. You choose the destination. As long as you meet up once a day and you document that, you can deduct it.
Okay.
And the tax.
So keep in mind though, right? A deduction, and this is huge for businesses. businesses do not get money back. A lot of people
Yes.
think that, oh, I'm going to get money back for all this stuff. No, these are deductions so that you don't have to pay, right? We're trying to get you either the least amount possible for you to have to pay back, right?
Right.
So that's the point of that. So a lot of people think, oh, I opened up a corporation, I'm going to spend all this money, I'm going to get all that money back. No, we're going to make sure that you get that off in deductions
Right.
so you don't have to pay on that.
I want to ask you towards the end. Obviously, a lot of businesses they have different end of years, but I had a previous employer that I remember he was finishing up his taxes and his accountant was in the office, and it was a great day for me because his accountant goes up to him. He goes, "You know, you've made too much money, so you need to give your employees some bonuses." So this is what I recommend you do. So I'm listening to everything because it was a small office. And all of a sudden he goes, "Here, George, here's your bonus," which wasn't, usually I used to get commission
Nice.
plus my salary. So I got a nice little bonus. How does that work?
Okay, they give
Yeah,
you,
obviously, my case was different, obviously.
well, once they pass you down that check, you have to pay the taxes.
Oh,
on
yeah,
that
but
amount of money.
I'll take the bonus any day.
Absolutely. But yes, if you are sole proprietorship, you can do a bonus to yourself because you're your own employee, and it's not tax deducted. It's tax deducted on your company, but your company pays 21% taxes, and the personal the rate is lower depending on the amount of money that you make. It goes from 10 to 37%. 37% is people that make millions.
Sí, como Jose.
Yeah. Imagínate.
That's why he have me.
Exactly.
Exactly. Millions. Obviously,
Millions.
she's the one with the hair.
Yeah.
You know, if I pay millions, I'd be in Turkey right now.
Well,
Tuvieron una melena tan
Well,
grande.
you're investing it well. You're investing it well.
Claro. Si no, ya tuviera pelo, papá.
No. You're losing it and she's getting it.
But it's still black, though, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're looking good, man. You're looking good. You're looking good.
It's the hair.
You could deduct the dye.
You know what? I probably could. It
Yeah,
is marketing, right?
Yeah, of course.
We use it for.
You gotta go to right la peluquería.
Sí,
Okay? Sí. But Sammy, si tú luces bien, él luce mejor. Well, let's close this out with extensions. If some businesses or people that need extensions, how do they do that?
They can come to me, and
Okay.
I'll do the extension as a courtesy. When they do the taxes with me, some people charge $100, but I do it as a courtesy for
Okay.
the customers.
So, courtesy it is. If you need an extension, go see Juliet. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming. I hope you had a good time. I actually learned a lot from you guys. And I hope you guys learned as well. So, if you guys want to, contact them, the phone number's on the bottom, but you could repeat the numbers for them.
I'll tell you what. Our address is 6385 Southwest Burr Road.
Okay.
And the phone number is 305-203-4919. And then you have her cell phone, which is 786-563-5042.
Excellent.
I almost forgot. For doing the taxes with us, we're giving $100.
Oh, for the jewelry
Oh, that's
store.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Forgot about
I
that.
forgot about
Hey, Jose, tell them right here about
All right,
that.
so listen up real quick. West Miami Jewelry is giving away a $100 gift card for everybody that does their taxes at La Familia Bir Road. So if you go do your taxes with her, you get a $100 gift card to spend at West Miami Jewelry.
And where's West Miami Jewelry?
Yeah.
¿Dónde está?
6448 Southwest 8th Street in la calle 8.
Ah, thank you guys. If you enjoyed the show, please like it. And if you really like it, please share it to your friends. Have a great weekend.
Thank you guys.